Well, just like Fairy Tales chapter history's strongest disciple chapter 581, and apparently it's the last chapter before the not the finale of this manga, what we know of. No, this is the final. This is the next one will be the final of this arc. Either way, pure insane this one has been. Kenichi did indeed win. However, the fight between Saiga and Sensu have reached a limit where no one has won. As Saiga still tries to talk sense into his old friend and asking why he became like this, because apparently Sensu did not want the eternal sunset plan. And Sensu and he asks if Mikumu did influence him. And apparently Sensu holds a philosophical deal that the Kurosamigo people, they cannot live in peace because they are born for fighting and will always live for fighting. They cannot become one with the normal society. And because they are not free. Only through fights and survival and chaos can they be free. That's what he said. It's almost the same thing that Mikuma said, that people can only be people if they keep on fighting. So sad, really. But technically, doesn't that make Mikumu the Kushinada, the real big bad of Kenichi's sister's strongest disciple? I mean, everything she has done, it's been just plain and simple evil. Not a single honor in it. Just plain and simple chaos and evil. I still don't understand her motives, though. Even though she says all this stuff about chaos and people can only be people when they keep on fighting, it's something poetic, but at the same time, I cannot understand how she became like this. Do not matter. Back to the point is, and Saiga has managed to steal Sensu's trigger device because apparently after Nijima stopped everything, Sensu was gonna detonate it. However, then suddenly Miha, the death sight guy who we thought was dead, was not dead. And he tries to keep on attack Saiga. However, the naked Shigure, still naked but still awesome, just, just like this, finishes off Miha and cuts the sight in half. Well, in half S, everything except the sight thing. And proclaims that her father's sight really did kill a lot of people. That's entirely different than before, but then again, she activated her secret weapon art, so I guess she apparently won. And Saiga and Sensu landed in the middle of the gas, well, not the gas, with the eruption of the where the rock where Missile will launch. Saiga once again questions Saiga questions Sensu with the final question: if he was so ruthless and all that stuff, why didn't he finish off Mew? That was a good question. Why didn't he finish off Mew? He didn't fell a tear when he killed Shisusa. However, he did indeed find Mew. But Mew had a cheerful face on her, and Sensu actually fell a tear then because Mew looked so much like Shisusa, the one woman he loved. So Sensu did spare Mew. It was his last act of mercy. And then in the struggle, when Miha attacked, since Saiga dropped the trigger and Sensu took it, and he activated it. Saiga, what I see, jumps away from the explosion. However, Sensu just stands over there and let the flames incarcerate him. As he goes back in the past when he first met Mew, it was then. The missile is launched, the Kachuken sees it, and apparently Akisame figured out that Saiga was not Saiga, and Saiga was Sensu the moment they met each other on that roof, or somewhere along that line. As Mikumo proclaims their victory, the most awesome scene. At the same time, it's one of the most saddest scenes if this turns out to be true, but it's still just so funny and so awesome. The Elder comes back, and he jumps so high and freaking punches the missile until it explodes. He freaking stopped a missile with his bare hands. but he unfortunately got caught in that blast. The texts do say the elder sacrifices himself. Are you telling me the invincible Superman is dead? Granted, the title of invincible may only be invincible in fights, and the missile is a missile of explosion, so I think even the invincible Superman cannot do that. I always suspected the Elder would die, but still, this is actually pretty hard to accept. And the thing is, next week is indeed the final chapter of this arc, but I still wonder, is History's Strongest Disciple reaching its end? The fact that this gets stopped in so many times almost makes me question, are we really heading towards the ending? Too bad we never saw anything about the Phoenix Alliance though. Oh yeah, one final thing. Sensu did curse Kenichi a little bit because apparently Kajima defeated people who were just like him, people with no talent, and he thought Kajima always would be defeated with a guy with talent, but apparently Kajima oh, but Kajima got defeated by the guy who had even less talent than him, Kenichi. So yeah, in the end Kenichi proved to be badass, and the missile is stopped, therefore the eternal sunset will not happen. How will this arc finish itself? We have no idea. Has the Elder died? Probably, probably not. We'll see. Next time. This was awesome. Give me your thoughts if you have any.